What's going on, everyone? We are back for another quick video update, and this video is all about a very unique strategy that I've actually been recently implementing for my research process for Merch by Amazon and KDP specifically. But this is really a research process that you can actually utilize for really selling anything online, whatever it is that you're actually getting into. If you're trying to find those unique untapped niches that are trending or just starting to really explode, this is an awesome way to do that. And you really don't even need to spend any money on tools to do so. In this video, I'm going to go over the tactic that I'm actually using and the tool that I'm using to do this. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about and how this is going to benefit your Merch by Amazon, print-on-demand business, or really anything else you're doing with selling products online or just trying to find some new trends to actually tap into. So before we get into that, if you guys are new to the channel or maybe you've been here a few times, subscribe to this channel if you're interested in learning more about print-on-demand or selling products online. And check the description down below. That's where I'm going to put links to all the tools I mentioned in this and my other videos and any other relevant links. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. What we're going to do is I'm just going to go to Google Trends to get started. Now, this is not the tool that I'm actually going to talk about in this video, but the tool that I use does build on Google Trends, so I just wanted to go through Google Trends really quick, show you guys how this works and kind of my gripe with Google Trends, and then we'll get into this strategy, so make sure you guys watch this video till the end. Google Trends obviously is a free tool by Google. It shows us kind of the data for different topics or search terms. So let's just go ahead and do an easy one. Since we are here at the end of September, it's almost October, we're going to do Halloween. I'm just going to show you guys what Google Trends actually gives us. So it's going to break down, in this case, the data for this keyword for the US over the last 12 months. And the nice thing about Google Trends is it gives us the historical data and the interest over time. So we know if we have just a, seasonal keyword or something that's going to be selling all year, or maybe it's every couple of years, like if we're doing something around elections. Excuse me, guys. So with Halloween, we'll see here that obviously this is during the year not a very high searched keyword, but it does have its spikes. In September, the search volume really starts increasing, and then obviously October, it's really peaking, and then it drops off after that. Now, the nice thing is Google Trends will actually break down where this is being searched the most in the world, or in this case, just in the US. So we see that West Virginia, for some reason, is the highest search interest, and Utah, and then we can kind of see it tapers down from there. And the other really nice thing is this also is going to show us the related searches, so related topics and related keyword, or wow, I cannot talk. Related queries. Now this is really nice if we already know a keyword that we want to do some additional research in. So let's say we're searching for turtles and we want to see what people are searching for that's related to that keyword or phrase. We kind of have a good idea down here. So with Halloween, we can see people are also searching for Halloween costumes 2019 Halloween costume ideas, etc. You guys get the idea. And the one last thing that I want to show you here is we can also compare it. So if we want to put in ghost, we can get the comparison between these two keywords. And in a similar fashion, we see ghost does have a little peak right here. And interestingly enough, ghost is actually a more searched term during the rest of the year. Obviously, Halloween's pretty low. And then we'll be able to see the same data down below. So where it's being searched and then related searches for each of our keywords. Now, the one problem with Google Trends is this is really great if we already know the keyword or niche that we want to search for, but Google Trends doesn't do a great job at recommending keywords that are starting to trend. You guys will notice here on the main page that it tells us, a couple of the big ones right now, so like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian, World Cup football and American football. But really, unless we already know what we're searching for, it's not a great place to do research. So that's where this tool comes into play that I'm going to talk about, and that tool is trend.co. Again, I'll link to this down below in the description. It's a free tool. I believe you guys can sign up and actually get like emails and new trends kind of emailed to you. I'm not signed up for this, but what this does is it actually will go and use Google Trends and find different search phrases or topics that have had explosive search volume. As you guys can see here, a trend surfaces rapidly growing Google search topics so you can find the next big thing. And that's what we're all about, because we want to find trends that are starting to gain a lot of traction on Google, because a lot of people start their search on Google before they go over to searching for a product on Amazon, right? And we can do all kinds of things here. So we can filter by category, anything from product to technology to food, science, etc. And we can also break it down by timeline. So you guys will see we have, a few, I'll just go over a few here, but number one, styled components. In the technology space, I don't really know what this is, but 40,000 searches versus 3 years ago or so, it was getting, not too many searches monthly VIP kit has been blowing up now, almost 10,000 monthly searches versus 4 years ago. There was very little search volume, serverless framework. So, Uber Eats, a lot of the things that we would expect, right? Jewel wasn't really being searched 5 years ago. Now this thing is blowing up. So what I like to do here is actually go and change the time horizon and go down to 6 months. Now my goal here is to find things that are trending on Google that maybe don't have any products yet created on Amazon, or maybe they have very, very few. So I can hopefully come in and really start to capitalize and create some products for these searches before other people get on here. Now, Merch Informer, we've talked a little bit about in the past, does have something like this called the Trend Hunter Movers and Shakers. And what this does is it pulls up shirts that are selling well based on change in BSR. So in a very similar way, it's showing us shirts that are just starting to sell so that we can find trends on Amazon. But the big difference here is that these are shirts that people have already created. There's already people selling in these niches. So they've kind of already started to become discovered. And I want to find stuff that is not yet fully discovered on Amazon, or doesn't yet have, t-shirts created around this niche. And so that's essentially what I've been doing. And so let's just go back over to trend really quick. And we see, for example, we'll just look at a few examples here, but puka shell necklace right now, this one is blowing up right now, 49,000 monthly searches. I don't really know exactly why. I think it's something that kids are looking up these days. And I'm just going to show you guys a quick example of what I mean by utilizing this strategy. So if someone is searching for a puka shell necklace, they might start their search on Google. And we see here on Google that, we have these sponsored product listings up here. So Etsy's in here. Normally there's an Amazon one. So we see this one, Amazon is in here. And if we scroll down, we'll actually see that the first non-sponsored results for an Amazon product and an Etsy product. Now, why is this important? Because if we can create products on Amazon or Etsy that service this market, there's a good chance that we can gain some traction and get them ranked on Google. Or if people are searching on Google, that probably means that they're going to migrate and also start doing these searches over on Amazon itself. So this is a really good way to find these kind of just starting to break trends and actually go and create 5-10 t-shirt designs around these trends and hopefully capitalize on them on Merch by Amazon or on KDP. Now, you guys definitely need to be careful here because there are a lot that are going to be trademarked or things we want to stay away from. So I do normally open up TM Hunt, which is kind of the US-based trademark check, just to have that while I'm doing this. And we are going to have to do a lot of filtering. So we're not going to be able to just go through here and just choose things. Like White Claw, obviously we're going to stay away from. I can guarantee that this one is probably trademarked. Yeah, and as you guys can see, White Claw. So we're not going to do any t-shirts related to that. But what we can do, just so we'll use that first example. Obviously, puka shell necklace is definitely a specific kind of product. Someone who's searching for this is probably looking for an actual puka shell necklace. But if we wanted to, we could maybe see if there's a niche for that on Merch by Amazon, like a puka shell necklace costume, right? So let's just go ahead and do puka shell necklace shirt, and I just want to take a look and see. And this is just, I'm going off the cuff just as a random example, so there's nothing pulling up here. But what I'm going to do, one more tactic. And you guys know, bear with me because my Amazon always takes ages and ages to load. So let's do puka shell necklace. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this Google Chrome extension, Merch Research. It's free, very useful, but show all merch. And this is going to show all the Merch by Amazon t-shirts that have this keyword incorporated with it. And as you guys can see, there's literally only one t-shirt result for this that's not even really related. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean this is a good niche. You guys can see that there's nothing selling for this, but if we see that there's 49,000 people searching for this monthly on Google and Amazon, obviously people are searching for puka shell necklace, well, maybe I can make a t-shirt with like a puka shell around the top or something that could be a puka shell necklace costume, right? We have to get a little bit creative here. So that's just one way to utilize this, but let's see if we can find a better example. So we're going to go back over. White Claw we'll stay away from. Visco Girl stay away from. I don't really know what this is. Hydro Flask we're going to stay away from. Friendship Bracelet Scrunchies. And you guys can see there's tons and tons of ideas here. We can really filter this however we want. Now, Wow Classic. Okay, let's take a look at that one really quick. First thing I like to do is TM Hunt because I want to vet things out. I don't want to waste my time looking for them. If they're trademarked, right? So let's see, Wow Classic. Okay, there's no trademark for this, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and highlight this, and let's go ahead and look for Merch by Amazon shirts, and just see if there's a market for this on here. You guys will notice immediately 273 results, so people are definitely making shirts around this. Now, my first glance and just knowing a little bit about this is probably World of Warcraft. So we definitely, if we made a shirt around this, would want to be really, really careful. But you guys can see there are a ton of people that are making shirts and they are selling, right? We see 653,000 BSR, 750,000. We see some, low 1.2 millions, etc. And we could go down through this, and a lot of these are very simple text-based designs. So again, this might be skirting a little bit too close to those terms of service, so we would want to be careful here. But we found a phrase that we might want to incorporate in a t-shirt design, right? That's just one example. And now if we find something that might work, we can actually go back over to Merch Informer, and we could go to, for example, the product search here. Let me close this out really quick just so we don't get overloaded. And now we could take that phrase and put it in here to get a better idea of all of the Merch by Amazon t-shirts. And if we had something that we wanted to really dive into, we could go through our normal research process and put this into Social Hunter. As I've talked about in some of my other videos, we could put it through the keyword finder just to look up, some other keywords in this niche and go through our normal research process here, right? And find out if this is actually something that we could create some shirts around and actually start selling products. So this is loaded now, and let's go ahead and take a look. And again, links to all of these, so I'll put a link to TM Hunt, Merch Informer, and Trend and Google Trends down below in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. Let's see if this will load up. And we can see here that there are 103 results for this for WoW Classic. The average BSR is 1 million, which is pretty good for a niche. And we can see all the related keywords as well. And, there's definitely a lot in here, like these are Marvel shirts we'd stay away from, but you guys get the idea. This is just one simple way that we can maybe find a niche that we would not have thought of, or something that people are starting to really search for. Wow, that is an amazing shirt, by the way. So let's try to find a few others, just because this one's a little bit close to something that would be trademarked. So we Drive Shack, I have no clue what that is. Let's take a look really quick. Drive Shack. Okay, so this one's trademarked. I'm going to pass on that immediately. Quentin Tarantino, so he just came out with a movie, so that's why it's probably trending. Charles Manson, deep fake. I guess we can take a look at deep fake. Trademarked, I'm going to stay away from that one as well. Let's go to the second page here. Alright, Pacific Ocean Blob. Interesting. And if we find something, we might want to do some more research to understand what it is. Pacific Ocean Blob. Did I spell that right? Hope so. Okay. See if there's any search results. So we'll go, and again, we're going to pull up all the Merch by Amazon t-shirts. No results. Okay, there's literally no results here. Now, if I was really wanting to get into this or find out a little bit more, maybe I would do Pacific Ocean Blob, and let's just see what shows up. So I'm going to learn a little bit about the niche. Large mass of warm water, so it's obviously related to the ocean. So another way to take this is I could come in and create a few t-shirts around this and see if I can capture some sales. There's no one selling in this niche, so it might be worth creating 2 or 3 t-shirts just to have something up here, because there's so much traffic for this. Look, there's 210 results, so there's really not a ton for this, so I might skip on this one. But if I found something that was pretty good, I could create 2 or 3 t-shirts. The other way I can use this is if I already have a ocean themed t-shirt, maybe I have like a Save the Ocean t-shirt. Let's just look at that. Save the Ocean shirt. We know people create t-shirts around this all the time, with a turtle on it or whatever. Yep, here we go. So if I have a shirt like this and I'm trying to get it to rank, another thing I could do would be to create a shirt for this is my main niche, and then add the keyword Ocean Pacific Blob in there to see if I can start ranking for that keyword as well, and hopefully boost my sales volume as well. Let's go and try to find, I just want to find one more good example or decent example in here, so let's keep looking. Vanilla Wow, Beauty Fridge, I have no clue what some of these are. Antonio Brown, Canteen. Okay, here's a good one, Cold Brew, 110,000 searches monthly. So Cold Brew coffee, or I guess it could be like beer. Okay, it's not trademarked, which is awesome. And now I'm going to go and let's pull up the Merch by Amazon. So while that's loading, I'm going to come into Merch Informer again. So again, if I'm just doing this, I'm not recording a video, I'm going to be going pretty quick. We're just trying to filter through these and find something that's going to look good real quick. Cold Brew, so we'll let that load. Come back to Amazon. And again, as always, guys, I'm going to normally have like a Word document or something open for this. Be keeping track of these as we go. So 378 total search results for cold brew, and you guys can see here we have beer and we have coffee. And so this might be a really good niche for us to start targeting. We'll notice, looks like it's still loading up here, but a lot of these are selling. We see 1.2 million, you know, maybe a couple units a month here and there. So not super amazing results, but still we could come in here. There's only 378 results. So if we came in and made 30 shirts in this niche, we could easily capitalize on some of this. 1.1 million, so really just not a good design, and they're selling at least one shirt a month. 579,000 fueled by coffee and gangster rap. So again, guys, this is really the idea. 20% human, 80% cold brew. That's easy. We can make this in Canva. It's selling one, you know, maybe every 1 or 2 or 3 months. Price is really high. Coffee wench, etc. So you guys get the idea here. So this is something we could now take a deeper dive on. Go back over here. Let's just look at what came up here. And we can see that the average BSR is pretty high, 3.7 million. 156 results is what it's telling us here, and we could go through this and find out if we really want to spend some more time going through this. So really, we could keep going through this process, but for the sake of the video, that's really it. I just wanted to show you guys how I'm doing this, and you know, I'm not going to necessarily check this every day, but I might check this every once in a while. Here's another one we could do, like Aperol spritzes. That's something, you know, people are starting to drink a lot of. If that's not trademarked, we could go and create some shirts around that, right? And there's tons of other ideas in here that we could just keep going through. We can even change this up, right? Let's do like 1 month and just see what we pull up. TikTok, Vanta Black Flu Shot. So let's see, Flu Shot. So I'm curious, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of this strategy. I know this is a little bit different, but I'm always trying to find kind of these unique tactics to find things you know, that other people aren't really thinking about. That's kind of the goal here, and I'm definitely starting to think more and more outside of the box as I've gotten deeper into research and finding these, you know, unique ways to just capitalize on selling more products on Merch by Amazon. And the other part of showing you guys this is remember that people are going to say that there's so many products, there's too much competition, but we've just found here there's tons of niches that are barely even tapped. Like this one only has 124 results. We can see these shirts are selling for this niche, right? Flu shots, and these ones are all like 1.1 million. We go and just create a few really simple designs. Like all of these, you can literally use text and clip art in Canva, and easily you've got a nice shirt. This one's 583,000 BSR, so they're selling 1, maybe 2 units a month with a really, really simple design. So anyway, I hope that video was helpful. This is, again, a very different strategy than I'm normally talking about, but always trying to find those strategies for you guys. So if you're interested in kind of learning about different strategies I'm implementing and kind of learning along the way, or you're interested in selling online with Merch by Amazon or e-commerce in general, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and check the description down below. I'll link to all of these tools that I talked about in this video. So with that being said, guys, cheers. I hope you're having a great week, and we will see you guys at the next video.